Hello lads and lasses, I'm Keelan the Realist Reviewer and welcome to my Realist Reviewer SimCity. Now, a Realist Review is not like your typical review. There's no icing on the cake, there's no actual structure, there's no script. Everything is just my own personal thoughts about the game, and if that's what you want to hear, then welcome. If not, then go look for a more in-depth review. With that out the way, let's check out the game then. Right off the bat, there are a lot of problems with SimCity, sadly. I'm a big fan of the whole SimCity genre, the whole the whole game basically. I've loved it. I've played it since SimCity 1. And I've really enjoyed every SimCity game to date. I think, with the exception of SimCity 2000, had its problems, but still was okay. But I feel that SimCity is perhaps one of the best and one of the worst in the entire franchise. Was the word I was searching for? Yeah, the entire franchise. And it's very difficult to pin down exactly what it is. I want to go into the pluses first, because I don't want this to be a totally critical review. Although I do feel like being a critic nowadays with games nowadays, but I'm going to try and be as much a review as a critic. So basically, on a review standpoint, you've got the same things as the old SimCity. You've got the residential zones, you've got the commercial zones, you've got the industrial zones. If you already played SimCity, you're completely used to this. The changes with things now is that the road dictates how much population density you have. That I felt wasn't a bad change. That could work quite well. I got no bugbears about that. It's perfectly fine. Whatever system works for them. You have to pay more for the upkeep. You have to pay more for the roads, so then you get more people. That makes sense. I do feel, however, that they should have, maybe added a few more things, a few more requisites to just parks. Because it seems to be, if you don't have the parks, you don't get the density. And the problem with that is adding parks to an already quite confined land. It makes it very difficult. I mean, you may notice from this is my first ever city. It's a mess. And there's a reason for that. I wasn't expecting to have to wedge in so much to what is a tiny, tiny space. But that really is a critique more than anything, so I'll try not to go into critique just yet. So, the new road system, I'm fine with that. I love the little messages and stuff you get. That's pretty cool. I like that. I love the addition of a superhero, although he's not really that effective. My superhero is... where is he? I can't even tell where he is half the time. But yeah, there he is, Maxis Mana. He's okay. He mostly drives around aimlessly, can't find anything. But he is a nice fun addition, I do like that. Just trying to think of what else I like about the game. I like the animations, obviously. The animations are really awesome. I like that, everything's hustling and bustling and everything seems very much alive. The people animations is pretty cool, but again, if we let's just have a quick look at the people. They queue for bus stations and there's nobody in between. Nobody's walking anywhere. That's what I'm trying to say. There's some people walking there, but they usually walk to the next house or the next workplace. But as far as animations go, I think they were pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not sure we were promised, but I'm sure someone said that we'd be able to follow their lives, like their entire lives was promised, or at least someone said that was going to happen, and that just didn't happen. I'm afraid we didn't get that at all. We got a name. And we got where he last came from. That's all the information you're going to get, pretty much. When he's at work, you may see where he's at work. That's it. And that, in a game, I expected more. I expected to know, be able to click on a guy and know how much he earns, where he came from, what he wants. But no, we just get these things every now and again, these little bubbles from people asking what they want. I really like these. Yeah, we need more classrooms. Okay. And stuff, you know, I really like those little quests, you know, 80 more students. And, you know, so these are the features I really enjoy about the game. I like the quests and stuff. I like that you can have a university. I love that you can do research now. You can do research now at your uni. You can have lots of little new projects for cleaner energy. It's mostly cleaner energy stuff. It's nothing else, really. It's all about energy production. You can have a detective wing, of course, and a surgical center. There's a couple of, you know, utilities and kind of government services you can upgrade as well, but nothing to improve kind of buildings and stuff. But I really love that feature as well. I think that's a great addition to the game. You know, obviously the cop station and stuff like that's really awesome. You know, that's a great. I love that you can have helicopters you can build on kind of modular basis. Like on this police station, I've added like, you know, if we go to this, you can go there and you can see add bits to it. I think that's an awesome feature. I can add towers, helicopter towers. I added a dispatch tower. You know, you can add patrol cars. You know, you got so much control over that kind of thing. But you know, there is a downside as well, unfortunately. I love that the design that they've simplified things. I think that's great. Simplify the water, simplify the electricity by all means. Maybe give an option for people to be able to do it themselves. Just a thought. There's no reason why not, as far as I can see. I mean, it's a couple of cables, who cares, you know? But yeah, I don't really understand why we couldn't have power cables for those who want it. You know, obviously if people want a simplified version, that's fine. Yeah, I like the way it shows. You can tell right away if a building is derelict or whatever, and you can tell like pretty much what's going on at a glance, which is quite a good kind of breakthrough almost. I really love the recycling centers. Things like that, the fact you can have a nuclear power station, things like that. I really love that. I love the multiple town aspect. I really do. It's pretty cool. As you can see, I've got my industrial town, dirty town, and I've got my Las Vegas town there, and then I've got my Tejas towns over yonder. And I really love that we can, in a small way, we can interact with each other, but we'll get into that in a moment. I really love the feature though. I think that's a great feature. So yeah, that's pretty much all the positives for this game. I do like the artwork, you know, the kind of graphics are really nice. I like the animations. I love that I can go right down with the people. You know, that's all well and good. Let's see, I like the taxation system. I like that it can become more complex as you process through the game, that you have a bit more management options. It's pretty cool that you can, you know, that all the kind of different maps and stuff are linked with each department. So if you want crime, you click on the shield, you go to crime, and you can see where the crime's at and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much covers all the positive stuff, guys. It isn't a lot. It is a lot, but again, it isn't. You know, you can see where the poop's going even. That's awesome. So there are a lot of positives, but there's a lot of negatives as well, and we'll start going into those now. First thing is, the AI in this game is dreadful. Here's an example. Look at these buses. Buses will convoy up. They have fixed it slightly now. It's not as bad as it used to be. But on day one, all the buses were going in one continuous conga line to each bus stop. And that's not very efficient. And we have some improvement with traffic now, but the traffic used to be gridlocked all the way up there, but they seem to have fixed that. So well done to Maxis for fixing that. Thanks very much, because that was just dreadful. But we still have the same old problems, which are as follows. See this? No shoppers. Why are there no shoppers? I have all this is residential, and yet there's no shoppers there. This happens far too often. You'll find stuff happening for no reason, out of money. Why? There's plenty of jobs. There's little things like that. Why? Unskilled workers, right? Check this out. Unskilled workers. So you think, Keelan hasn't built enough schools. Well, check it out. Check it out. School. College. Sorry. School. School. Another school. Where's the college? I got a college. I got 3 schools, a college, and a university. And I still have unskilled worker issues. I have a community college right there. A university with extensions. Not maxed out. It's not maxed out. My schools aren't maxed out. It's fine. Even, you know, and you're like, oh, Keelan hasn't built enough school stops. Everything is covered. Everything is covered, yet I am lacking skilled workers. Why? Even the other towns have lots of schools, lots of universities, still a problem with skilled workers. I don't get it. Your guess is as good as mine, guys, but that is rubbish. I'm really, really disappointed in that. You'll never have enough skilled workers. You will always have a problem. You want a nuclear power plant? Forget it. Sometime it will melt down because you don't have enough skilled workers. Why? Never explained. You'll never know. You'll never know why you don't have enough. One day you'll have enough. The next day you won't have enough skilled workers, and you won't know why. You've maxed out your education. I'm spending a fortune on education. Look. 856 of 2000. It makes 0 sense. I'm suffering for skilled workers. Let's see, what else do we go into? Crime is always high in one area of your city. I have an awesome police station. I don't have many criminals in my jail. And according to this, no crimes were committed yet. Part of my city will always, this part here, no matter what I do, always remains high crime. So there's another problem for I mean, what do you do in that situation? You can't do anything. You could build a station there, but, you know, you'll always be short of water. Like, always so short of water for some reason. Look, I'm short of water. The reason being is wherever you build it, it runs dry, like within about, I don't know, a few months. And you have to move your water plant to somewhere else. Now that wouldn't be an issue. That wouldn't be an issue if you had some decent amount of land, because then you could just like plot it out and manage it. And as I'm sure you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to manage the water table, move them around and stuff. You can't do that in this game. You just don't have the room. I am out of room. I was out of room really fast. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll manage my space a bit more efficiently. And it's just not possible. So we need more land. We need at least this more. If that makes any sense. At least this more. To be able to build a decent city that functions properly. And we need police and fire engines that actually work properly. And we could do something with like SimCity 4 where you could direct the fire engines where to go, or you could direct the cops where to go. And that's just missing. I miss that. I miss being able to do the car missions like in SimCity 4. Those were fun, you know. They were annoying and they didn't work right, but they were fun. And you can't really do that in this game, so I hope they add that in the future. They have made some corrections. Like I said, traffic is a lot better than it was. It was just dreadful before, and now it's a lot better. So now really it's a skilled workers issue. It's not having enough water, it's not having enough skilled workers. There's dysfunction in the school system. You can't get everybody into school, even though the buses stop everywhere. So there's little problems here and there that kind of basically take the enjoyment you know, I don't want to play this game anymore. I played it like for a couple of days. There's nothing bringing me back to this game now, except this realist review. The only reason I have for coming back to this game, because until they fix these issues, it's virtually unplayable. The only thing that makes it worth playing, I guess, is if you have a lot of friends on the same section. I can see it being kind of worthwhile. But all you're really doing is saving towards what we call, let's see, let's go to the multiple. All you're really saving is for the great work, and once you have that, it's done. You're done. You built your big ass city. You built lots of money. You built like 3. I mean, it took me a couple of days to build 3 cities. You know, and I'm done. That's my experience. I enjoyed it, you know. But with SimCity 4, with 3,000, 2,000, you know, the first SimCity, I played that game to death. I played that game for weeks upon weeks. And this, I'm done with it in 2 days. So there's definitely something wrong there. If I'm getting, you know, tired of it with a couple of days. You know, they have fixed some issues, but there's still a bunch of issues. Stuff still doesn't get sent to the Great Works properly. I have tons of metal. And I've told them, everybody, you know, send the metal. They don't do it. You know. And they're not using it. You might be thinking, Keelan, they're using the metal. They're not. They're not using it. They're just sitting on it. And then they say, I'm full of metal. I can't store anymore. And it's like, well, you could send it to the construction, please. They don't do that. So, for some reason, they filled up all the alloy. I've got Dirty Town that's exporting crude oil. It's making massive amounts of crude oil. If we switch over, I'll show you. Let's just get out of that. And if we switch over to my other town here, we're making tons of oil. And yes, I am using a tiny bit, but it's still not exporting it for some reason. I don't know why. So, let me go here. I have like, let's see. Here's my oil. Let's get a better view. This is my oil well. It's making a lot of oil. 2,500 barrels a day. I barely use 1,000 of that per day. And yet, it seems that very little of it, it doesn't store it here. It just, I don't know where it's going. I don't know. I actually, sometimes I see the oil trucks leaving for the great work, and the numbers never go up. So I don't know what's happening there. There's another potential problem. But anyway, I'm waffling on about the same thing. Trying to think of something else. There is more, but whether I can think of it on the top of my head. But I do like these unscripted reviews, because if I was reading from a sheet of paper, it would not. You wouldn't get the genuine frustration and kind of my genuine thoughts on this. You'd only get like a pre-scripted version, which is, you know, it's just so fake. It really is. As I said, I really love the recycling centers. I love seeing the trash coming in, them sorting them out. I think it's awesome. I love the big trading HQ and stuff. I love that you can, the trading is good, it kind of works, but it's a bit slow, and that's not really a big critique though. And that's pretty much it for the critique. So yeah, they just need to make it more fun. The gambling is kind of broken. Your casino will only work if you're near the city entrance, or if you're right next to a port, because people go into the first node. I don't know if they fixed that yet, but if you look at people, they will go to the first place. They will go from home to the nearest bus stop. Look, they're herding people. And they go to the nearest house and they go inside. There's videos on YouTube if you don't believe me. They'll go to the nearest house, they'll go inside, or they go to the nearest shop, and that's it. And it's just, no. That's why my businesses are going out of business. Nobody travels to it. It's the same if you want to hold an event. I have arenas and stuff. If you want to hold an event, you better pray you're next to a constant stream of traffic, because otherwise you won't get visitors. You won't get enough. At least that's what I've found. Maybe you guys had a different experience to me, but that's just the experiences I've been having. Anyway, I've waffled on far too long. Final verdict is SimCity, fun for a little while, and then it gets boring. So I don't recommend you buy this at full price. I really don't recommend you buy this at full price. And sadly, because it's an EA game, I don't think it will ever go sufficiently down. I think it's going to be stuck around this price point for at least 6 months, and then it'll go down to the 40s if you're lucky. But because of Origin, the price doesn't go down a huge amount very fast like it does with Steam. So I think you're gonna have to wait a long time before you get this cheap, guys. So, you know, if you can't wait, you'll already bought this, and I'm sure a lot of you will be kind of angry, especially with the DRM and stuff. Oh yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. DRM was terrible. It's like oh yeah, we need to have DRM so you can communicate with other people, and it's like, well, yeah, but what if you don't want to do that? What if you don't want to play with other people and you just want to play by yourself? Like SimCity, you were quite happy gaming by yourself, and it's like, no, you have to, you know, be online to have the possibility. And as soon as I heard this on day one, I said bullshit. Pardon my French, but I said bullshit. That's rubbish. You can always have an offline capability, and you can sync up with servers later on. There's no problem with that. And sure enough, it was an absolute lie. It's been proven that they lied through their teeth and said that we have to be online all the time. It's like, yeah, nothing new, nothing special. I was expecting that. And now they just say, well, it's our style. It's our style, it's how we envisioned, it's our vision. I'm sorry to say, but a game is not really a vision, it is a product. And if people wanna, you know, if people wanna do something, let them do it. If you're a customer, you know, it's all very well saying you got a vision for your game. You have customers, so you don't have sole right to say everything. You know, they just act like they have sole right to say what goes on in the game. No, you're making a product for somebody. It's not you know, a game is in some ways a work of art. No arguments there. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful creation. But you're giving it to people. It's a service almost. And you've got to listen to your consumer. And you can't just say it's not our vision to have it offline and expect everyone to be hunky-dory about it. No. So they really dropped the ball on that. And it's just seriously not good form. From Maxis especially, I was very disappointed. Because, you know, they brought us an amazing game, and they left us for a long time without a new game, and they had to go and spoil it, really, with the DRM. And that's all it is, it's DRM. That's the only reason why they want you on all the time, is so they can make sure that you're not pirating the game. But somebody's already made a mod that allows you to play offline, and even sync up to the server when you get back online. So, you know, it's like, I don't get it, you know? It's like, for the sake of what, you know? Inconvenience to your legitimate customer to stop a few illegitimate customers. I don't get it. Do you guys get it? Leave me a comment if you think you get why they've done this, but the only thing I can think of is they want to make money, and to hell with the consumer, pretty much. That's what this game's saying to me. You know, it's just such a shame, because there's a lot of good stuff in this game that I enjoy. It was fun while it lasted for a little while. And yeah, it's just another game to add to the pile of disappointments. The game that could have been, you know, it could have been better, could have been so awesome, really could have, but it just had to be mediocre, and it had to be have its issues, and it had to have online DRM, and it had to, you know, and I bought it to review it. I didn't review it straight away because I wanted to play it. And I played it for 2 days, and I came back to it, and I came back to it, and I came back to it, and I came back to it. Each time for about an hour. You know, got to give it a second chance. Got to give it more time. And it's just not working. In 2 days I built 3 cities, and I'm done. I am done with SimCity. Unless they do a major overhaul, which doesn't seem to be happening. They're just fixing little things. Like they fixed the traffic, kind of. So there isn't massive tailbacks between cities. I think it's going to be, hopefully, you know, maybe enough little changes will make it playable again. I really hope that's the case, you know. I paid money for it, so I really hope they fix the issues. I really do. And for all you guys who bought the game as well, I really hope they fix these small, you know, these issues. And that we can enjoy a fully functioning game and hopefully some great expansions. But they really need to make bigger cities. I mean, why can't we have big cities? I mean, this is a town. This is a small town. You know, land-wise, you think about it. Let's see how many blocks we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. Small town. Gotta be, right? So let us make cities. Sim City. I don't know. I'm rambling on now, guys, so I'm gonna leave it off here. Like I said, it's a lot of fun to begin with, and then you quickly get tired of it. So unless you're really into SimCity, don't buy this game. Whatever you do, don't reward them for releasing a product before it's done. As usual, it's the norm these days, I know, but. And online DRM, if you're not a fan of that, don't support this game. If you're a SimCity fan, you've already bought it, so I don't need to tell you. If you like this game, buy it. You've already got it, chances are. Yeah, so, yeah, SimCity, the game that could have been awesome, but wasn't, sadly. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you don't get too annoyed at my comments. I have tried to be impartial, but I'm just, like, you can tell I'm not a happy bunny. And that's reflected in my review, I'm afraid. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see on the next one. Let me know if you have any suggestions or improvements. Let me know if the quality was okay for you and stuff like that. And I look forward to reading your comments, guys. See you next time.